Okay, take 5. Okay, welcome back to, well, not welcome back, but hi, it's back. I'm here with the new season of Dancing with the Stars, season 22. So I'm just gonna get right into this. I've tried this so many times, so I'm just gonna get right into this and hopefully get everybody done before it fails again. Yeah, Lynn is back, so yeah, here we go. Number 1, we had Kim and Sasha. They got a cha-cha. They got a score of 20. They're my second favorite couple right now. I thought this was a great dance. It was my second favorite dance of the night. I'm not going to even really go into technical stuff with people because everybody can work on their technique. It's the first week. I'm not going to go into that right now just because I'm trying to get this done. So I'm just going to go over everything. Not everything, but the positives that I saw. She had great personality, really showed, really exploded, very vibrant routine. It was very good at showing what Kim is capable of, and she has a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see their growth through the season. I love their partnership already, so I'm just ready to see how they grow. Number 2, we had Paige Van Zant, or whatever, and Mark. They had Foxtrot. They got a 21. I thought this should have been a little higher because her technique was just so good, so good. She probably had some of the best technique of the night. Just so fluid, so graceful, so elegant, so just. I just didn't expect any of it from her. I mean, I expected her to be good, but I didn't expect for her to be as good as she was. Um, I think Mark's going to play it very smart this season and really try and get the viewers behind her, as I don't think her they can really rely on her fan base. I'm sure it's very uh, dubious to just sit and rely on that fan base. But yeah, she did a great job. I'm excited to see them grow as well. She definitely handled her dance very well. But yeah. Number 3 was Doug and Karina. They had a foxtrot as well, and they got a 15. I'm just going to say it wasn't that great, and there's a lot of things he can work on. However, I love how he committed to the dance. He committed to Karina. He follows directions. He got frustrated in rehearsal, which is obvious because he's not a natural mover. So it's understandable that he's going to get frustrated. He's not a natural dancer. It wasn't very graceful, but he took direction well. He gave 100%. He really committed to it. He finished it, and you know, although it wasn't good, it wasn't awful. You know, it was watchable. I didn't cringe during it. You could tell he really tried, and this means a lot to him. So, I commend him for that. Uh, he's also a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy. So I think he'll last about 3 or 4 eliminations, and then I think that his time will be up about then. So he's got a little time left in him. Number 4 was Jody and Keo. They had a tango. They got a 20. Side note, a tango is not a good dance to have week 1 because not only do you have the technique that you have to master, you also have to master the character of the dance. And that's just not fair for week 1. It's just not fair to have them do for week 1. Although I think Jody handled it fairly well. There is some weird things going on with the top half of her body, but for the most part, I thought she did a good job with what she was given. I wish Keo had given her more, though. It's obvious she can handle more. Um, the choreography itself was very strange. I've wanted a tango to Confident by Demi Lovato for quite some time now, but after seeing that, I was just like, what? I was very confused by it. It just was very, very weird choreography choices for sure. They got a 20, so they they can only go up from there. Um, then we had Geraldo and Edita. They had a cha-cha. They got a 13. So I'm just going to say it's nice having Edita back for as short a time as we're going to have her back. But it was nice having her back after 12 seasons. This was just bad, and it wasn't even like a memorable bad. It was just bad in the I don't care about this bad. It gave him, he honestly, Geraldo was just he was just there, but he was a non event on Monday night. He was just there. You know, nothing good, nothing bad. It was just, he was there. Then we have Marla and Tony. They had a quick step and they got a 21. I'm very excited for Marla. She's surprised me. She was very a pleasant surprise. I didn't think she was going to be as good as she was, but she was. Um, I do think she'll be more suited for ballroom dances than Latin ones. But you know, she did a great job. Besides a few mistakes, I think she did a great job. I don't want putting a cartwheel in at the end of the dance was very random and odd and didn't really fit. Um, but otherwise, I think she did a great job. I'm excited to see these two. It really looks like they enjoy each other's company. So you know, I think it'll be great to see them. I'm excited for those two. Next up is my favorite of the night, Wanye and Lindsay. They had a cha-cha. They got a 23. They were tied for the top spot. They should have had the top spot all to themselves, and they should have had 24 or a 25. Of course, Lynn held back his 8 and gave him 7. It was just great. Lindsay killed the choreography. Wanye killed the dance. They have a great partnership. Um, his personality is fantastic. They just mesh well. I just love this couple. I think they have the potential to win. I want them to win. Honestly, like they are who I want to win this season. Like if they can keep this level up throughout the entire season, they'll be golden. Um, Next up, we have Ginger and Val. They had a jive. They got a 23. I thought this was scored a little too high. She had some leg problems. But besides that, they also, choreography wise, they didn't do anything for the first 20 seconds. Like, Ginger posed for the first 20 seconds, and they were nice poses, but it wasn't really dancing. Um, and on top of that, it was just weird that it was sandwiched right in between Wanye and Misha. And for both Wanye and Misha, Lynn was talking about like a lack of dancing and content or whatever, when this really did have a lack of content, and he said nothing about it. So, you know. And then Carrie Ann sort of threw out a Bendy comparison, saying, "Oh, you remind me of Bendy," which was which was a reach. Um, so I did not see Bendy. Not saying Ginger isn't a nice person. She seems very nice. She seems very sweet. She's a good dancer. She could have handled more than Val gave her. But it was just very weird not last night, but on Monday night, just sort of the things surrounding her. Just I don't want I don't want her to be pimped already. I just don't want that to happen where, not pimped, but I just don't want her to be pushed on us already. I don't want that to happen. It's just week 1. Let things happen. Please, please just let things happen. I'm just not ready to have somebody thrown on us. But yeah, they got a 23. Next, we had Misha and Artem. They got a 16 for their not Foxtrot, their tango. This is where the having tango week 1 really comes into play. When you have people that really aren't great dancers and aren't very natural movers like Misha, and you send or you just give them a tango, they're not going to perform well. What I will say is that she did the best she could. She really, really tried. You could tell I was looking at her really showing like, hey, I hit this move here, and hey, I pointed my toe here, and hey, I did this thing here. I saw that she really was paying attention to that stuff and really wanted people to know, like, hey, I'm taking this seriously. I'm really trying, and here's me doing all this stuff. I really commend her for that, because she did look scared out of her mind, and you can tell she's not a very natural mover. And I mean, they know that she's not a natural mover. Artem knows, she knows. It's no secret. I think they just want to do the best that they possibly can, and I think Artem did a good job of giving her a dance that she could do that really made sense for her. Um, I think Lynn was terrible. I don't think I think went in on her for no reason. By the end of it, she looked just almost devastated, like she was trying to keep it together on national TV. I felt really bad for her. This was a moment that I really wished for Julianne back, because she would have been better at um, being that sister and showing that love, and being or critiquing her while being constructive, and lifting her up at the same time. I think Julianne would have really done that well, which is something I think she needs. I'm glad Aaron and, of all people, Carrie Ann were there to help her out, because you could tell that she was really kind of shaky. But yeah, that was just unnecessary and uncalled for what Lynn did. Next, we have Niall and Peta. They got a 23 as well for their cha cha. Niall's deaf, completely deaf. He's on America's Next Top Model. I thought he was going to be all right, just because I'd seen them with their music videos. So I know that he knows how to feel the music, because he did a great job in the music video. But then during their runway, he was pretty stiff. So I was just like, I know he can feel music, but I don't know if he'll be stiff. He did a great job. He felt the music. And actually, I think he really was doing visual cues from Peta, and really just looking at her and seeing what she was doing and mimicking that, which is amazing when you really think about it, to stay on time like that and really just watch the person. I thought he did a great job. I do want Peta to uh, tone down her choreography so that he can breathe some, just because he is watching her, so I don't want him to run into her. But otherwise, thought they did a great job. Next, we have Antonio and Sharna. They had a quick step. They got a 21. It was very messy. Um, it just seemed very strange. Like Ginger and Jody, it just seemed very strange. It didn't seem like it fit Antonio too much, and it felt disjointed. Um, he does have a lot of presence, and you can tell he can dance, but I'm gonna have to wait until next week to really get a good indicator on what how he is, because I didn't really get a clear read on his personality or even his dance ability, because the dance itself really didn't show him off in the best light. So we'll see next week when they have a rumba, like how they do with that and how he does. Finally, up last is Denver Bronco Von Miller. I don't like the Broncos at all, but it is cool to have somebody representing Denver. That's really cool, to have that. And I like Von Miller as a person. I think he's a really cool person. Um, hearing about the things he does around the state, I think he's a really cool person. But besides that, he did a great job. He had a foxtrot. He got a 21. Don't know if I said that, but oh well. He did a great job. His personality, he's very calm and cool, and, just very smooth. And it was very well suited for this foxtrot. I didn't like the song choice. Honestly, it was a terrible foxtrot song. It wasn't a foxtrot song. It was just wasn't. But I think they did well with what they had. I think he did a great job. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. He's a big guy. He's got to work on his frame and stuff. But I think he'll do a pretty good job. So that's it for week 1 of Dancing with the Stars. Let me know how you felt about the premiere. I got this done. I'm so happy. I'm trying to end it before, before it stops. So yeah, with that said, bye.